Indeed, as Sergi mentioned, we have started working before summer on the Interreg program, and we have selected the branches of Interreg that are most relevant to our members. And we also took the time to develop a few project ideas that we would like to present to you during this meeting today. Ending up with a timeline of how we are planning to proceed and to deal with these project ideas and the applications for the Interreg program. As you know, we are very much active in both Horizon and Interreg, but we think that Interreg has a special place because it is more directed to the regions themselves. We believe that Interreg in particular is a program that is highly relevant to you. For your information, the Interreg program work frame has been published in September 2021, and it is based on 5 main priorities. One is a more competitive and smarter Europe, a greener, climate neutral and resilient Europe, which we think that this is the priority that makes the most sense right now for you. A more connected Europe, also a more social and inclusive Europe, together with a Europe closer to citizens. As I mentioned, there are different branches, and as you know, Interreg is based on geographical locations. So we have selected the ones that fit our membership, and we have a list of 3 programs, 3 branches, such as Interreg Central Europe, Interreg Baltic Sea region, and Interreg North Sea region. And I will be going through each one of them, providing more details about the budget, about deadlines, about the project goals, and of course, reminding the geographical position of each program. And Interreg Central Europe, this is the one in which ERC has already been active, and we have ended a project in 2019, a very successful one. For your, for your knowledge, there are 4 priorities under Interreg Central Europe, and we have selected the one that seems to be most interesting for the moment, and also the one that fits your spectrum of interests. So it's priority number 3 that focuses on sorry, just see that someone else joined, that focuses on better connected Central Europe. Of course, it's also greener Central Europe, but this mostly focuses on energy efficiency and renewable efficiency, both of them. But looking at the call that has been recently published, we thought about priority number 3, which is improving transport connections of rural and peripheral regions in Central Europe and enhance sustainability, intelligent and intermodal transport. So I say that we should focus on both priority 2 and priority 3, with a special focus on number 3. The indicative budget for this priority is 7 million, while for number 2 is 36 million. Central Europe, so there are a total of 9 countries that are included in the Central Europe program. This is also Germany, Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Austria, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, and Italy. This is the program that has made so far most of the progress, because they have just launched their first call for proposals on 15th of November. I have put on the slide the link to the actual launch event. You can watch the webinar where they give more details and more explanations about the call itself, about the timeline, and about the eligibility criteria. The deadline of the call is 23rd of February, and the call itself, so for all priorities, has a total budget of 72 million euros. But as a reminder, for priority number 2 is 36 million, and for priority number 3 is 7 million. And I have also included a link to information on how to apply to this call. In any case, you can always count on us, and we will be the ones assisting you in the process. But I think it's also always good to have the information yourself as well. And Interreg will also organize an event where they will address potential questions on the first call published. And the event will take place on 2nd of December. Registration is not open yet, but we will keep you notified via the IndySecret when it actually opens. But we very much recommend this event. I think it's useful for understanding better the program and for getting the correct information directly from the Secretariat of Interreg. So this, we have talked about Central Europe. I will continue with the second branch that we found relevant, which is Interreg Baltic Sea region. And this program is mainly for public and private stakeholders, and it focuses on innovative water and climate neutral solutions. The keyword here is quality of life. So Baltic Sea region definitely focuses on enhancing the quality of life of citizens, and it of course follows on the EU Green Deal as well, looking at ways to support the transition towards greener and more resilient societies and economies. And if you can see here as well, the focus is on supporting public authorities. So this is why Interreg is particularly interesting for us, because public authorities are part of the process and they're encouraged to participate. In green, you have marked. I have marked the countries that are part of this area of the Baltic Sea region. So the countries that are relevant and that fit into this branch are Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland, together with Denmark as well. For this, I think as well, in terms of the program, it's definitely so just so you know, it has 4 priorities, the program itself. But for the time being, there's no call published. So the joint programming committee, they are in the process of establishing the first draft. They just had a meeting in September, and they now have forwarded the outcomes of the meeting to the European Commission, and they expect that probably it was in the spring of 2022, the Commission will approve the first work program. They have agreed on the priorities of this program, though, and there are 4 of them, as I mentioned: innovative societies, water smart societies, climate neutral societies, and cooperation governance. The priority number 3 is the one that seems seems more relevant to us, which focuses on circular economy, energy transition, and smart green mobility. I will not go through all the details, but I have included in the slides exactly what each objective refers to, and just so you know, that this presentation is quite long, but we will publish it also on the member area, and you'll be able to go more into detail on it. I know that we have limited time today, and if you have questions, we will also address them at the end, but you can always email us. So yes, as I said, energy transition, circular economy, and smart green mobility. We think is specifically about energy transition and smart green mobility as the priorities that we could address through projects. And you might be asking yourself, okay, how can I, what can I propose? What can I submit to this program, and what kind of deliverables or tools or studies are encouraged? So as an example, Interreg proposes this type of solutions. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for mobility systems that ensure compatibility of green solutions between cities, towns, and their hinterlands. They're looking for green and multimodal transport solutions, and especially for support to national, regional, and local public authorities in deploying in developing and deploying these solutions. Digital solutions are highly encouraged as well. So everything that means big data, optimization of transport, transport resilience, predicting mobility patterns. Also e-mobility solutions. So for instance, charging stations, locally produced electricity, green energy are very much encouraged as well. Work is being also demanded on advanced low emission green and smart solutions. So how to use innovative solutions and how to plan infrastructure to reduce carbon emissions. Then in terms of urban planning, this in urban, rural, and regional spatial and transport planning, they are looking for solutions and for different proposals that address this item. Together with renewable fuels and charging infrastructure. So these are just some examples, but if we manage to take a few of them, of course, we cannot address all of them in one project, but I think it would be highly valuable if some of these requirements are being met in the project proposals. Now, for your information, in terms of budget, it has an 80% reimbursement rate. Usually, the duration of a project can be 3 years. Examples of budgets are between 1.5 million and 4 million euros. And each partner can demand between 100,000 euros and 400,000 euros. In the past, the funding rates have changed, but it's been a few years right now that Interreg in general, so for all branches, is keeping an 80% reimbursement rate. Depending on the project lifetime, the financial and technical reporting is also scheduled. Usually it's twice per year, so every 6 months. In any case, in general, this is very much supported by the Secretariat of Interreg. We receive guidelines, and I say that the reporting is pretty straightforward. The timeline of the Baltic Sea region. So as I mentioned, there have been public consultations. They have had an agreement on the first draft, and they have submitted it to the European Commission. And in spring 2022, we hope to have a first draft of the call of a Baltic Sea region. We will, of course, keep you updated, but I think it's already good that you're aware of the process of the information. And to continue with the next branch, Interreg North Sea region. This Interreg branch as well is very much focused on climate resilience, green transition, governance, and boosting economies. Of course, we stay on the same line here as well, that we think green transition and climate resilience are the ones that we hope to address. In this sense, we can either tackle energy efficiency, circular economy, sustainable multimodal urban mobility, but also climate adaptation risk, pollution, biodiversity, and green infrastructure. also the budget for this. It has a total of 175 million euros in total, and there are 2 grant rates for North Sea region. It's for all EU country partners, it's 60%, while for Norway is 50%. The timeline here as well has been published on the website. They have also made considerable progress, and they have submitted a draft to the Commission. And we kind of expect the same as in the case of the Baltic Sea region, that early 2022 we will have more information about the first call, and the idea is that in May the first projects will be awarded. And this have been in a nutshell the Interreg branches that are currently being developed or have already been published. We think that these are the ones that are most relevant to you. Yes, Peter, you asked us, you have a question.
Yes, Alexandra, there's one other branch, of course, Northwestern Europe. I would encourage you to look at that, because a big part of our members could take part in that branch as well, of course, our French colleagues and part of the German colleagues indeed, and then the Dutch colleagues. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I will definitely explore this area as well. I will have a look on it after this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah.
One moment, Alexandra, if I may. Yeah, no, going back to can you go further, the next?
This one?
Yeah, okay, exactly. Yes, no, to put it clear here, what you said, Peter, thank you. And for sure, we know this is the one we have been more aware, and the one that the Central and the North and the Baltic, it was the one who have been more active about this of the West, for sure. A lot of our members are coming from countries of this area of Europe, and we will follow on that and update you directly about the project ideas. Now I think it's the most, in fact, the key issue, okay? Because there is a lot of calls, a lot of money, a lot of the procedures, blah blah blah. But at the end, we all together, we have to present 1, 2, 3, 4 any project. So what we have make one, usually what ASC has been, ASC as such, the ones we are in Brussels, is to wait for you to come and to say, well, you want to participate, ASC, and help us to prepare the proposal, for sure, and help us to share with us potential members, and for sure we have been. So this time, for sure, we are open to that. In fact, it should be the key issue, that if you have ideas or proposals already about issues that could be shared and could concern and could become a project, we are here, we are open. For sure, any other members that I mean, other regional and local authorities of Europe, that they go to us directly or indirectly, we will get in contact with you. If they say, well, we are looking for a potential member in the south or in the north or in the center or that, or a potential member who is focused or in this issue, on this issue, on this issue. At this time, we have worked a little bit more, let's say, and we come with you with, and I want to underline that before Alexandra developed that, ideas, only ideas from our side, because for sure ASC cannot be a lead partner. It has to be always one of you or another potential member of ASC who takes the lead of the role of the lead partner. But the idea is that from now till, let's say, in the future, from today on, if you have ideas or you require our help or our assistance or our whatever, you are most welcome. We have worked in these 3. We have others, I will share with you later on, but these are the ideas. We think it can be interesting, not only because we think it can be interesting, because all the comments, all the webinars, and what the Commission says they are going to prioritize. So if they are going to prioritize EBC, so the press has to be linked. somehow with ABC. If not, well, the success rate is 0.0. Thank you. So Alexandra, please.
Yes, thank you, Sergi. So I have seen some questions on the chat as well. So Anna, about the participation of Israel in Interreg. I think we will have to check this. I'm not sure that for now you are eligible, but I prefer to get in touch with the secretariat of the big Interreg, so not just of the branch, and to see their flexibility, because there are cases, and it happened to us, that we wanted to participate in a different Interreg branch, and they actually allowed us, even though we were not part of the geographical location. So I prefer to check this with them, and I will get back to you. And of course, yeah, so as Sergi said, we have thought about potential opportunities, and we know right now what Interreg is looking for, and we thought about matching their requirements with our interests, and of course your concerns. And in this sense, we have thought, and these are proposals, they're very much open to discussion, and we wanted to start the conversation, but we have thought about these 3 project ideas, and one of them deals with employment, economic and social recovery in airport regions after the pandemic. So we could definitely link this, to the EU Green Recovery Package as well. Number 2 is airports as hubs for multimodal and sustainable regional transportation. This one can be merged with the EU Green Deal as well, and there are some of us already working on projects under the EU Green Deal call. I think this could be a good follow-up, number 2. And then regional and territorial development in airport regions. This as well, I think, is highly essential to be treated. And we have gone slightly into detail for each project idea. We have tried to develop some project objectives and a few, let's say, very, very short content notes. And in terms of employment, economic and social recovery, we thought that we could deal with the mitigation of damages caused by the pandemic, to develop measures on support the recovery, and also to work on cross-border cooperation to identify efficient and suitable measures. So Interreg very much encourages exchange and cooperation. This is their slogan as well, cooperation. It encourages different countries in Europe in exchanging best practice and working together to develop measures, in this case for the recovery. In terms of objectives, we thought that we could focus on the economy, employment, and social life, getting back on track after the pandemic, and working on ways to increase employment, to boost economic growth, or social welfare and civil life. If you already have a few comments on this, please feel free. Otherwise, my recommendation would be that we send you this presentation, you consider it, you think about it, you can tell us your comments, your feedback, and whether you'd like to add something else, or if you even have a new idea, please get back to us. As I said, these were some ideas that we got while looking at the requirements of Interreg, and also while looking at our network. So feedback is very, very much welcome, because we want to tailor this project based on your needs as well. Sergi, I don't know if you want to add something.
Yeah, thank you, Alexandra. Thank you for your proposal, your speech. One idea we have added to these 3 ideas, but because some members have commented as is the idea how to, in the idea of the recovery, or the idea of to get more profit from the airport presence is in your territories is how to develop programs to get that part of the passengers that they fly to the airport. They get a plane, or they arrive from a plane. They make tourists in the area nearby. Okay, you know, a lot of passengers, they go to an airport and then they go downtown to the big city, or they go to a very touristic place far from the airport area. And one of the ideas, you know, there is some already airports and some already islands that they are offering these kind of services. So the idea will be to get more systematic this proposal. It's just an idea that some has commented, and we thought it could be interesting from, in fact, in general, from all our members.
Yeah.
But now that there will be, for you to take the floor, to make questions, as I say, and comments. The idea that there we propose you, the working plan we propose you, is that probably to have another meeting at the end of January. You know, I said at the beginning that now we are focusing these 16 and 70 events of Connected with Anima and with our assembly, focusing noise, aviation noise. As you know, for the moment, we are keeping it live. It's not forbidden in Brussels, for sure. With COVID vaccination proof, or that you have been ill and you have recovered, or you have done in the last 24 hours a COVID test. If not, no one will be allowed to go into. For sure, there will be separation in the rooms. That's why we are put down the people of the number of people we can get in our big room in our offices has been decreased in an important number. But then it comes Christmas, so then the idea will be to work with you again at the end of January to have another session. There, for sure, we will improve the quantity of information. We will update you with all the calls that they are. You know, we have talked about Central Europe, Baltic area. There is the Western, and there is the general one. As if you remember, the project EAC participated was there, the carbonization of air, and we were El Prat, and it was Vienna as well, and other members from different parts of Europe. So it's still missing the let's say the big one that can be all projects, all cities and regions from Europe, and everything in Brussels is getting slow. So don't get really the plan. I mean the timeline as a written in stone, because everything, like I guess is in all the administrations in Europe, unfortunately is getting slow because pandemic. It looks like this is not going to go away so quick as we thought. So for the moment, this is what we think. If you can send information, written information, then we will make such a small database that it will not be shared, but at least if one of you or the rest of us say, well, we are interested in this, but we would like to be lead partners, or we can be lead partners or not, and we count with not only our city, if not, I don't know, the city of the other side of the airport, or the city nearby us. Yeah, this will be the idea till the end of January. And for sure, feel completely free to contact Alexandra, Gabriele, Alina, and myself for any question or any comment, anything you may could be interesting for regarding this. By the way, I have not put my camera. I have realized that my camera was off, but anyway.
Yes, so we also have a few information about the other two project ideas. Sergio already went through them, and Peter said on the chat, I think indeed the number 2 definitely makes sense for the project under EU Green Deal currently ongoing. I think that would be a good, let's say, recycling of the results to also share, propagate it in Interreg. As for number 3, this one is the one that we have to work more on, but indeed we are very much happy, to get your feedback and to your input on this, or to get new ideas based on what you would like to achieve. So I think we can now open the Q&A session. Happy to take note of your questions and to answer the ones that we can. If not, we can always, also contact Interreg and get back with more information. And this presentation itself will be published on the members area of our website. So you will be able to access it later as well. Okay.
Okay, so if you have no comments or no questions, I think we have not to stay here longer. It's nice to see all of you. A few of you looks like you are at home, unfortunately, like Regina. Hello, Regina. I know the situation in Vienna is not so good as it should be, or you would like to be. Yeah, I guess so. But let's hope that, in 2-3 weeks gets as it should be in general, and hopefully we meet again live in Brussels. And we don't know yet. The idea, as I say, is that the event will be live. If we have to move, we will move to hybrid or to internet fully virtual. And at the present moment, there is 70 people inscribed. So we will see what's going on. Yesterday, Elena attended a Eurocontrol event about sustainable aviation, and she can explain you. She's here with us, of course, that there were a lot of people in the building. So in this situation, and the situation in Brussels is not so bad, fortunately, like it's the case of especially Austria and Germany as Central Europe. But we will see. So thank you very much to be here with us, and take care. And hopefully we meet again the 16th and the 17th in live. Okay. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.
Everybody, bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.